Hello everyone and welcome back to a Two Bros Hot Take, where we go watch a movie and then tell you if you should go watch a movie. I am your movie watching host, Older Bro.
Oh, and I'm your excited movie watching host, Younger Bro.
And today I failed to go to a completely different movie to go to watch this movie.
Oh man, I can't wait to talk about it. So, yeah, this movie, without any spoilers or anything, I thought it was better than Fallen Kingdom.
I mean, that's not that hard though.
Yeah, here's the problem with Fallen Kingdom, guys. I didn't hate Fallen Kingdom, I was just disappointed with it. It was just a big disappointment to me. Like, I went to the movie expecting to be scared, expecting to be frightened. I never felt that.
No.
Never.
No.
I actually felt it more in Dominion than I did Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even... It was still directed by Colin Trevorrow. It wasn't directed by the guy who did Fallen Kingdom, so...
Nope. That's probably why it didn't feel the same.
Well, Colin Trevorrow did co-direct it, but...
Yeah, but
they only got...
It's one of those things where they probably said, "Hey, we're gonna let you still work on the new one, but someone else is in charge."
Yeah. So Colin Trevorrow, you made an amazing movie.
Yeah.
Like, I loved it. It was better than Fallen Kingdom. I don't think it was better than, say, the first Jurassic Park or the first Jurassic World, but it was definitely better than 2, and it was definitely better than 3. So it's probably my third favorite movie of the franchise.
I mean, yes, there's only 6 movies in this franchise.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So
yeah, if you guys, I will say, if you guys are here, obviously, if you guys are here for a Jurassic Park, you're not getting that. If you guys are here, though, to see basically everyone from all these movies,
yeah, if you want
to be in one movie, yeah, this is very good as a throwback in that it brings in pretty much everybody.
It was amazing.
I mean, everyone who's in debt. So
yeah, the moment when the old cast met the new cast, I almost flipped.
Yeah,
I was like, yes.
So yeah, yeah, I would say it's a good movie. I would recommend you go watch it. Sound design was very good. I would not recommend the 3D.
Yeah, we watched it in 3D.
Yeah, one of the things I'll say about 3D, guys, is I'm not the biggest fan of 3D. I have glasses, so it makes me kind of difficult to enjoy 3D. But I will say, this movie had decently good 3D. I would not recommend you go watch it in 3D. The problem with good 3D is that in order to have good 3D, in my opinion, you generally don't want to make a big deal out of it. The 3D should be used to enhance the environmental effects, not have that one scene in every fucking 3D movie where a spear comes through the damn screen. That movie scene is not in this movie. Not here. But it was used to enhance the environment, and it was done to a decent effect. The problem is, it's not exciting. It's kind of just a boring background detail, because that's how 3D is done well. So, that's why I don't like 3D in movies. Because when it's done well, it's boring as fuck. And when it's exciting, it's done badly. So, don't go watch it in 3D. Maybe watch it in IMAX.
I wanted
to
watch it in IMAX so bad, and we didn't get that.
No. So, yeah, don't watch it in 3D. Unless it's the only thing available for you, in which case, yeah, I'd watch it in 3D.
Yeah. So, now that we're done saying if you should go watch it, you should, just not in 3D.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that we really have to talk about that isn't spoilers. So,
all right.
Yeah, spoilers start now, guys. So if you don't want spoilers, go away.
Okay. So, what I do want to know is, did you like the movie?
Yeah. No, I did like the movie. Like
okay,
I said,
I didn't understand.
It was a good.
Yeah, guys, Father actually hated the movie because he thought the ending was kind of cheesy, and that apparently ruined his
I can understand
experience.
that because
I thought that was kind of...
We got a decent fight between Rexy and new Rexy.
Yeah, the Giganotosaurus.
Yeah, so it's like we got a decent fight scene between them, and then third dinosaur shows up and kind of just stands there. So it's like, I kind of wish they would have done more with that dinosaur.
I do too.
So
I was okay, so I wasn't going to talk about the ending yet, but I guess we're talking about the ending.
It's the spoilers, who cares?
Okay.
Order doesn't matter.
So the ending is a 2-way fight that becomes a 3-way fight.
Yeah.
It's between
wink, nudge,
Giganotosaurus, Rexy. Rexy kind of gets knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
And then Therizinosaurus comes in, which is the long-fingered dinosaur for those who don't know.
Yeah.
And it starts fighting the Giga. Well, then Rexy gets back up because they're not going to kill Rexy.
No.
Who the fuck kills Rexy? I want Rexy to die of old age. That's the
I was going to say, I don't think
death
Rexy can live much longer.
That's the only death I could be satisfied with.
Rexy is going for younger bro's personal record of like 180 years or some shit. Like that Rexy refuses to fucking die.
Yeah, that T-Rex has to be nearly 50 years old at this point. But anyways, so Rexy gets up and knocks the Giganotosaurus into the Therizinosaurus's claws, and that kills it.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, you definitely had a creative death for the biggest dinosaur.
The death was interesting. I
I
just wish that the lead up to that death did more.
What I wanted to happen was Rexy gets knocked down. He's not dead. Sorry, she's not dead.
Yeah.
And the Therizinosaurus just wrecks the shit out of the Giga.
Yeah.
Because, for those of you who don't know what Therizinosaurus does, Therizinosaurus is not a carnivore at all. But it's very territorial.
Yeah.
Its claws are meant to fight dinosaurs like T-Rex and predators.
Yeah.
So, they will swat at anything that's in its way.
Yeah.
So, what I was hopeful for was Therizinosaurus versus the Giga, and Therizinosaurus just freaking claws the shit out of it.
Yeah.
It is a very, very, I don't want to say it's aggressive, but it just
it's
doesn't...
territorial.
It doesn't, it doesn't tolerate any kind of other dinosaur, basically.
Yeah. It's extremely territorial.
So, I almost thought I was blind the way...
Yeah, it looked blindish.
The way there was a scene where we saw the face of this dinosaur, and it kind of had a glossed over eye to me that I thought that might have been blind. I think it might be blind. Yeah. So that makes it extra aggressive if it's blind. So...
But at the end, the Giga dies, and then they both just kind of accept that the other's there, and then nothing happens.
A small detail I want to point out was one of the Therizinosaurus claws got cut off.
Yeah.
And so it only had 2 claws left on its left hand.
It does not matter.
But it didn't matter. As soon as the claws went through the neck and the heart, I was like, yep, dead.
That's dead.
So, that was...
Yeah, I will say the fight leading up to the fight ending with Rexy getting knocked out, the first half, very good.
Yeah, and then...
Second half, disappointing.
I wasn't disappointed, was it? I would agree with Father. It's kind of cheesy. I was like, okay, sure, why not?
Whatever.
It's dead.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's talk about the beginning of the film.
Yeah.
So, I already knew beginning of the film, basically, we knew that the girl was made in some factory. I know that's bad to say, but that's basically what happened. But she wasn't. She apparently actually was born, but she was genetically altered to look like her mother.
Well, it's more specifically, from the sound of it, the mother was genetically altered because of some illness.
Well,
hold on. The mother was genetically altered for some reason at some point, which made her be able to give birth without no man.
Yes. Okay.
And then she then found out after giving birth that she had a genetic illness, and then she basically took the genetic illness out of her daughter's body.
That way she could live a full life. I thought that was kind of beautiful.
Yeah, it's that was very beautiful. I don't know why she couldn't do that to herself, since they're the exact same fucking genetics, so you don't even have to invent a different fucking...
Maybe she just didn't have enough time to she just didn't have enough time to
I
test it on
guess,
herself.
but it's like
that's the only thing I
she
can
did
think
test
of.
it on herself. Her child is herself. They're literally a genetic
I'm
copy.
saying she had time to help her child, but she didn't. She didn't have time to help herself.
So yeah,
that's the only thing I can think of.
So it turns out they're not technically genetically like the same, which was weird. Which I guess makes it mitosis, sort of. Not the point. Anyways,
yeah. So
yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I thought the thing of dinosaurs can just give birth themselves was kind of weird.
Yeah, I was kind of I will admit I was kind of disappointed that that's the route they went. Not that life finds a way and she just somehow managed, but just no, she can just breed asexually. Fuck you.
Yeah, I was just kind of like I accepted it,
It makes
but I
sense,
was
but
just
it's
like
disappointing.
I was just disappointed. Yeah.
By the
what
way,
I was hopeful for was
yeah.
there was actually another raptor on Isla Nublar and just knocked her up, but
no.
That's
well, see, and the other thing is
that happened during the first film. Technically,
we talked about this before this movie. We talked about the fact that it was like, okay, obviously they're just gonna fucking ignore the restrictions that Jurassic Park put in that they can't breed. They're obviously just gonna ignore that, and they have. That is very obvious by the fact that
they ignored it in the first movie.
Yeah, they ignored it in the first movie. I'm just saying that they've completely ignored that. Because in this movie, they have illegal breeding facilities.
Yeah.
So, like, they're legitimately capable of breeding. The whole fucking thing about, oh yeah, we'll just take this, this chemical out of their bodies so they'll die. None of that happens. They are capable of breeding. Fuck all that shit. You failed.
So I want to take a moment to pause right now, and I want to talk about something that wasn't in the film that should have been. So, there were trailers to Dominion where the biggest scene that they had in the trailer was Rexy stomping through a theater.
Yes, the
Rexy capturing scene.
Yeah, that's never in that movie.
They cut that scene, and that disappointed me.
Well, see, here's the thing. Sometimes it's not even that they cut the scene. Sometimes they just literally never put them in the scene.
Like, that was... Because Dominion, from what I was understanding, originally is supposed to basically start where we left off in Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah.
And that's why Rexy was stomping through a theater.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't do it in the intro bit where they were showing
off.
Yeah,
in the intro! But no. So we don't get to see Rexy's capture, but they literally just say, oh yeah, we have the Rex here.
Yeah. It just got here. Yeah, it took 3 years. She got here before you did. Just before you did, in fact.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
But, so, yeah, that scene wasn't in the
By the way, guys, you will be happy to know that Ian Malcolm finally stopped being preachy and got off his fucking ass and did something for once.
Yeah, he did. He did.
So, if you're really excited to see Ian Malcolm do something for once,
he does.
He finally does something.
Like, he saves the main cast, basically,
Yep.
and he's been infiltrating Biosyn for who knows how long. That was fantastic.
Yep. Yeah. By the way, just as a side note, I love the fact that their way of dealing with the main villain in this is, what if we just did the thing we did in the first movie again? What if we just fucking murdered him that way again?
I'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. But
so, other scene I want to talk about that wasn't in the film that I was very disappointed with. So, another trailer.
Yep.
It had a flashback.
Yep.
Where it had an original T-Rex, one with feathers, versus the Giganotosaurus.
Yeah.
That wasn't in the film.
No.
And what disappointed me with that trailer was they had an Oviraptor in it.
Yeah. No.
And what an Oviraptor is, for those who don't know, an Oviraptor is a dinosaur that feeds off of eggs.
Yeah.
It is a egg butcher. It will basically raid nests of, like, I don't know, in today's standards, chickens. Ostriches.
Those still exist. They're not.
But they're mammals.
I was gonna say they're usually not birds.
Yeah,
Snakes can sometimes
snakes
be...
and mammals are
Yeah.
usually what do that
Yeah.
now. But yeah, they had an Oviraptor in the trailer.
Yeah.
And there wasn't one in this movie.
There's a lot of stuff in this movie. If you've seen us playing the game, it's basically everything in the game.
They're missing some things.
Yeah, but, like...
But they're missing the smaller dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I get...
Well, it's also possible we haven't gotten to them yet.
It's not that they can't have the small dinosaurs in the game. They have Compy. They have Compsognathus, but they just don't have...
If it's a small dinosaur, it's a Compy now.
Maybe they'll have another Biosyn DLC. Off topic. Yeah. Anyways, so... there were actually dinosaurs that weren't in trailers that we did get introduced to into the movie. Yeah. Like Protoceratops. Protoceratops, I think, is like one of the earliest Triceratopsians.
Yep.
Like, it was the Triceratops before Triceratops.
Yeah.
So we saw baby versions of them. We didn't see adult ones.
Yeah.
Unless those were the adults, and my God, they were way too small.
No, I think those were the children. I just assumed they were maybe Triceratops.
No.
But no.
Protoceratops can grow to about the size of like a golden retriever.
Yeah.
But anyways, so we got introduced to that. Then there was this feathered little carnivore that I can't remember the name of. It was feathered. They did explain that. Biosyn apparently has more realistic genetics than Hammond did. Yeah,
they're all about full realism. They also have an entire amber mine. We don't really get to see much of it.
Yeah,
very sad.
So
there's no amber. What I wanted to see was I wanted them to go into a room and just see a room filled with amber and like 7 million mosquitoes. And just be like, oh, God damn it.
It was kind of bland, the amber mine.
Yeah, the amber mine, they might as well have not even said it was the amber mine. They might as well have just said it was a fucking cave. Because for all the shit you see in it.
So, guys, let's talk about the amber mine for a second. Yeah. So, the amber mine, that was the place where the Dimetron lives.
Yeah.
So I didn't know they were cave dwellers. In fact, I don't think they are. They were just there.
Yeah. To be fair,
they wanted a cool night scene and they wanted to destroy Alan Grant's hat. Okay.
Yes. Fuck that hat. By the way, every time I see Alan Grant, all I think of is guy who really wishes he was Indiana Jones but is not Indiana Jones.
Well, Owen Grady, Chris Pratt, he's gonna be Indiana Jones.
Yeah, it's just like, but that actor is just like, God damn it, why am I not Indiana Jones?
Oh, by the way, I loved his reaction with Owen Grady. Basically, Owen Grady says, "Oh yeah, I read your book," and Alan Grant's like, "Oh wait, you're the guy who trained Raptors." I wanted him to say, "Can I shake your hand?"
No.
I wanted Alan Grant to say that to Owen Grady. But we didn't really get that.
No. We did get to see the women literally kick the shit out of some electrical appliances because they're just fucking upset.
So, let's talk about like the main threat. The main threat was like locusts, and they were destroying our crops.
Quite literally locusts.
And yes, it was Biosyn who caused it because they're fuckheads and they're led by Dawson. Who
is an asshole.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Dawson, I guess, is that field agent that we meet in the first movie. I'm assuming that's the case because, guys, we see the Barbasol can return. Yeah. And I was like, oh, what? So, guys, because of that Barbasol can return, you can 100% say the Tall Tale video game is non-canon.
Well, it also fucking means that delivery actually successfully happened somehow. How in the actual fuck did they find that?
Okay, I want to say the Tall Tale didn't happen, but it still happened. So I want to bet they just did what Tall Tale said they did.
Yeah.
In Tall Tale, they send an agent to go get the Barbasol can and retrieve it from the island.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they did the same thing. Except we just didn't get to see that movie.
Yeah.
In fact, we did. It was the game. It was the Tall Tale game. Yes. But I want to say it's non-canon because the Barbasol can, by episode 4 in the game, gets destroyed.
Yeah.
So,
very clearly not.
So that kind of
it was kind of old, but it wasn't destroyed.
That kind of disappointed me, but Telltale Jurassic Park is still really good.
It's close enough.
But But it's basically what happened to the
Yeah.
Barbasol can. It's just it didn't get destroyed.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Let's talk about Blue's Baby. I love the name of it, Beta. I was like, yes, Blue's the alpha, she's the beta, and it's come full circle. I loved the baby.
Again, the whole giving birth without no man is a bit weird, but whatever. It's good. It's fine.
I want Jurassic World DLC to include baby dinosaurs at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That'd be nice.
Like, the two things I want with Jurassic World Evolution 2 or 3, I want baby dinosaurs, and I would love insects.
Yeah.
I want insects. Yeah, guys,
just have the Ultra Locusts.
Yeah, we technically did get Jurassic insects in Jurassic World Dominion. I do not know if those locusts we saw in the movie were from another time. They might have just been genetically altered.
The way that the movie describes it is that they were genetically altered. So they are modern locusts with 65 million year old genetics.
With genetic DNA.
So they are ultra locusts. They are the size of a fucking Labrador Retriever, basically. Like, they're maybe not quite that big, but they're like
the size of
huge.
A house cat.
Yeah, okay, that's better. Yeah. They are the size of a house cat. They are fucking huge.
So I don't want to say that's the closest we're ever going to get to an insect Jurassic Park. I would like the series to continue where we get to see that. I'd like to see.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I'd like to see Arthropleura.
Yeah. Well, as we know, giant mosquitoes existed in the past, so obviously you already have two right there.
Like sea scorpion, like just to have something in the water.
Yep.
Like that would be so fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, by the way, do not set the locusts on fire.
Yeah, that's...
Please don't set them on fire.
It made the logo look interesting. So, now, for all of our Camp Cretaceous viewers, Older Bro doesn't know this. Do you remember the Torosaurus that we saw in the illegal underground?
Barely.
The red dinosaur.
Not really.
So, the Torosaurus in that scene was Toro from Camp Cretaceous.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, I guess he did make it off the island alive. He was put in the underground, I guess, to be sold off or something. Yep. Anyway, he's escaped. He's fine. He's in whatever country that was. I think it was Italy, yeah. So
basically, he's in the Swiss Alps.
So, now let's talk about the Quetzalcoatl.
Uh-huh.
The Quetzalcoatl, that is supposed to be the largest pterosaur that has to ever live.
It's pretty fucking large.
Here was probably the weirdest scene I saw in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
There were Quetzalcoatls in New York nesting. Hammond didn't make those. Biosyn did.
Yep.
So Biosyn lost some and they got out somehow.
I guess. I was just assuming that they were like just other pterosaurs that were not.
No, they were Quetzalcoatl. I was like, why the fuck are they? How'd they get out of Biosyn or wherever they were from? Because they didn't come from Isla Nublar.
No.
Hammond didn't have those.
No.
As far as I was aware. At least not feathered ones.
No.
So, what the fuck?
Very clearly, that's why they have the, aerial defense system now.
I think that was meant to be as, an ending scene or something, and they pushed it to the front of the movie, and I don't think they should have. So I thought that was probably the weirdest scene I saw in the movie.
Yeah.
I liked the Quetzalcoatl. It was great. It freaking destroyed a plane. That was beautiful.
Yeah, I did rip that thing a asunder.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
So, now let's talk about the biggest feathered dinosaur that was pretty much promoted everywhere, the Pyro Raptor.
Uh-huh.
So, the Pyro Raptor, it got a scene, and that was about it.
Yeah, I was in there for a few minutes.
We didn't get to see a lot of it.
No.
Here's what got me. I was like, Owen Grady should be dead by hypothermia. because he freaking fell through iced water.
Yeah.
Like, what? I don't even think the dinosaurs should have.
Apparently, they're fucking they literally are a Pyro Raptor because they literally have enough warm blood to go through fucking negative 20-degree water. Or whatever.
What I found weird was it swam.
Yeah.
Now I saw that in the trailer, and I was still weirded out by it. I'm still weirded out by it.
Yeah.
Why is swimming? Is that one of the weird things that Biosyn did with its DNA?
I don't know.
It's
either that or that dinosaur really does have the ability to do that.
It's so weird. Also, they sized it up in Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that big, and it looks fucking huge in the game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's with that. I know there was other things.
It's a matter of perspective.
Let me think. There were other things that we have to talk about. Oh, yes, the Dilophosaurus scenes. Yes, guys, the Dilophosaurus finally got more scenes.
A few more scenes.
So the Dilophosaurus, its first scene was with Bryce Dallas Howard. I think that's her name. Claire. And she was out in the sanctuary. I'm calling it a sanctuary. Biosyn sanctuary. And she ran into a bunch of Dilophosaurus. One of them was in her face.
Yeah.
And it was about to spit at her. And then Owen Grady saves her at the last second by grabbing it by the fucking throat and throwing it.
I'm sorry. Your throat is
in
her inappropriate
That was a
spot.
beautiful and nasty scene because I could see the poison that was about to spit at her just sleep out of her mouth. Oh, man. And I want to go back and talk about Therizinosaurus for a second. Yeah. So that dinosaur is a little special to me. Mm-hmm. And that's only because that was one of the first dinosaurs I ever read about.
Huh.
It was in my grandfather's dinosaur book that I used to read with him all the time, and I still own it.
Cool.
So when I first saw it on the big screen, I almost screamed. Yeah. I love the Therizinosaurus scenes. It was fucking amazing. Yeah, it swiped at a deer and then it chased down Claire.
Yep.
And that scene was great. It knew exactly where she was.
Yep.
Just it didn't swipe at her because I didn't want to get my claws wet.
Yeah. It's like,
just walked
whatever.
Away.
It's not worth this shit.
Now, guys, of course, Dotson does die.
Yes.
And this was the scene older bro was talking about. He loved this scene.
Yeah. Let's just have those dinosaurs kill him in the exact same way as the fucking traitorous asshole that was trying to deliver the shit to him in the first fucking movie.
Yeah, so Dawson dies from... We actually got to see a little bit of how the poison works. It's supposed to paralyze you. And it did. We get to see him go stiff.
Yep.
And then he dies.
Yep.
We didn't get to see his guts go everywhere, but oh well.
That's probably for the best.
But... That scene was beautiful. A lot of these scenes, I almost cried because I thought they were so great.
They had a lot of very good scenes.
Like, I thought one of the main cast was gonna die.
Yeah, I kept being like, don't you fucking dare.
Like, the fight between the main cast and the Giganosaurus was fucking brilliant.
Yep. I will say, guys, not a single main cast member dies in this movie. And it's one of the few times where I'm like, you know what? This is okay. Normally, I'd be like, no, just kill one of them. I don't fucking care who. But I swore that they were just going to end up killing off Ian Malcolm.
I thought they were going to kill Ian, too.
Yeah. By the way, guys, one thing about this movie, this movie seems very much set up as, like, they're never going to make another one of these movies. This is very much like an ending movie. Like, there's no real lead-ups to them going anywhere. It's, like, it very much feels like this is the end of everything. So if they somehow manage to pull another fucking movie out of their ass, I don't know where they're going with it.
Yeah, speaking of this movie, I believe, destroyed Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah?
Yeah. Everybody wanted to go see this over Buzz.
I can imagine.
So, yeah. This movie was beautiful. I loved it. It was
Yeah.
so much better than Fallen Kingdom. I'm hopeful for a new movie. It's
Yeah.
probably going to be a new trilogy.
I'm hopeful for no more movies.
It's probably not going to be called Jurassic World anymore. It's
Yeah.
probably going to be called something else.
just
Like, if they make a fourth Jurassic World movie, I want it to be about insects.
Yeah.
Oh, let's talk about Dr. Henry Wu for a second. He does not die.
yeah. Dr. Henry Wu, the man who is both the cause of your company's riches and its downfall.
Yeah, so let's talk about Henry Wu.
This man is like
This guy
fucking.
did a complete, 180.
This man has been like this.
He's been
If
hurt.
any character has been mentally fucked over by this entire franchise, it is Henry fucking Wu.
So let's talk about Henry Wu for a second. So Henry Wu, I want to bet he was a bad guy in Jurassic World. He seemed like a bad guy.
Yeah.
Then his research and his life's work basically gets fucked over by Fallen Kingdom.
Yep.
And so he's like, I'm done.
Yeah. This man has lived through the horrors of his own creation. They spend an entire scene. So Ian Malcolm does still have his big
His
speech
rants.
scene.
Yes.
So that's still in this movie, but he actually still does stuff afterwards. So we'll give him a pass on it. But so he does have his big emotional scene where his big speech scene where he goes through and says oh,
Chaos.
yeah, chaos is the future, and all of you are sitting here doing exactly the same thing everyone else has done, where you just say, fuck it, I'm pushing the button on the next advancement, and fuck the consequences. Henry Wu is that fucking speech. He is the guy who pushed every goddamn button. Damn the consequences. And now he's living through the fucking consequences. Living through all the horrors he has caused, and this man feels like he has gone through a fucking emotional arc, which we sadly have not seen enough of.
Yeah, I think Henry Wu, I think he deserved his redemption.
Yeah, I feel if they ever do another movie, it's gonna be the kid, whoever the
Macy.
Sure. The guy from the Biosyn, basically, the new head of Biosyn, basically.
Oh, that guy.
It's going to be him and Henry Wu working together, and anytime Henry Wu does anything, he's just going to be like, no.
Yeah, by the way, guys, Dawson had an apprentice,
Yeah.
and the apprentice saw what he was doing, and the apprentice said, fuck you.
Yeah, he just said, fuck you, and just let me just call Ian Malcolm. Okay, here's all the access codes to the entire building.
Yeah, that
Call
was brilliant. So
that was an actual great scene. That moment was actually great because he tells them, "Hey, would you guys like to explore the facility by yourselves?
Yeah, I know.
Be here, and be at this train in 30 minutes, basically." They show up after getting the fucking sample covertly. Well, not
and neither
really.
one of them figured out that he was tipping him off.
He shows up, and they're talking, trying to pretend they have absolutely no, just trying to ignore everything and be like, oh, no, we don't know what's going on here. And he's just like, do you have the sample? And they're just like, what the fuck?
So yeah, he played his role
Yeah,
brilliantly.
he's so
I also
good.
loved the pilot. The pilot was great. She had a
pilot's
very
great, yeah.
energetic personality, and I
Yeah.
kind of liked it.
Great
Now,
pilot.
Let's talk more about the Italy scene. So we had our big chase scene in the movie with
Which went, I have to admit, those dinosaurs are way too fucking no, we're going to chase you down until you die. Because they go on that chase scene for probably literally 10 minutes.
yeah, their determination
the
to
fucking,
catch the prey.
I give them determination. I think they might have should have cut the chase scene down a little bit. Because you do not understand, guys. The chase scene starts by everyone getting tagged. And they run across a whole fucking city while the main character is, it's two different groups. One of them's on a fucking car, and they're like they are outrunning the fucking car to try to catch them. And the other is on a motorcycle and they're outrunning that fucking motorcycle to catch them. They go across the whole fucking city into a fucking airfield
and they're
to chase them down, and they're still fucking chasing them. It's like, god damn, would you just stop?
I believe they were called Pyro Raptors, and I thought they were interesting.
Yeah, just...
So, what I thought these were hybrid dinosaurs.
No, they just are
guys,
normal raptors.
There are no hybrid dinosaurs in Dominion at all. None.
I think the idea was there was going to be. Because they mentioned specifically...
Well, the locusts are probably the closest thing we have to a
hybrid.
hybrid.
Because they mention... They mention in this movie that, like, the Giga is the apex predator. For now. With the clear implication that they are planning to get...
Something bigger.
Something bigger. Which...
Or maybe Rexy could have won the fight.
Yeah. Well, because did the Indoraptor didn't survive, did it?
No, it's dead.
So it's like, that's the only thing I could have thought of that they could have been going for. Like, what the fuck else is more apex? Like, I've got no clue where they were going with that. But that's the only thing I could think of.
I think they could have brought in the Spinosaurus. Guys,
Maybe.
The Spinosaurus from the third movie is not in the movie.
No.
Now... That could have been what they were hinting at.
Honestly, the Giga reminded me a lot of the Spinosaurus. I'm not sure why they didn't just go with that to begin with.
They said they had dinosaurs from Sorna.
Yeah.
So it is possible they had Spinosaurus. They might have done a scene with it, and that's why they said for now it's the apex predator.
Yeah.
Because at some point the Spinosaurus could have just fought the Giga.
Yeah.
But didn't.
I don't know.
So I thought a better climactic ending would have been Spinosaurus, Giga, and T-Rex at the same time. So that would have been a better scene. Now, a lot of people are theorizing that the Spinosaurus is a hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
I can agree to that, because a real Spinosaurus ain't actually that big.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it is a decently big dinosaur, like, in terms of height, but only because of their sail. Originally, scientists didn't count the sail, so that's why Giga won out the biggest dinosaur to ever live, or biggest carnivore.
Yep.
But then that changed recently, and they said Spinosaurus is the biggest because of its sail.
Yeah.
So Spinosaurus is either the same size or just a little bit smaller than the Giga.
Yeah.
But
which fits pretty. Yeah. It's about the same size.
So.
I think it's just normal. To be fair, they're all hybrids, as Henry Wu himself said. All of these are inaccurate. You didn't want accuracy. You wanted bigger claws.
And then they got accuracy, and I loved...
Yeah, so now they have big claws and accuracy.
I loved accuracy.
The accurate dinosaurs actually looked very cool.
So, I want to say if we get a future movie, I see maybe 3 ways they can go. 1, we get more aquatic dinosaurs other than the mosasaur in the movie.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, we didn't see any other aquatic dinosaurs.
No.
We only got 1.
To be
I
fair,
guess Dimetron was pseudo.
No, I was gonna say the
aquatic.
fucking Pyro Raptor is a fucking aquatic dinosaur in this movie.
That's closest, yeah. 2, we finally actually get insects like Arthropleura and sea scorpion. I would like to see Titanoboa, which is the giant, biggest snake that ever lived.
Yeah.
I'd like to see stuff like that basically go further back, like get giant spiders, stuff like that.
Then we can just bring in Godzilla.
And then the third movie I can foresee is this, but on a grander scale.
Man,
like
how
we
much
get to
fucking more grand you can get before you just become dinosaurs in space.
What I'm wanting to see is there's no more dinosaurs in any kind of captivity. They have basically taken over the planet.
I don't think you're going to get Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, Dawn of the Planet of the Dinosaurs.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get
that's the only other way I could see it going. Now,
I think this series is just kind of at its end.
Now, what I also foresee is we get not a continuation, but a movie that precedes
Yeah.
Fallen Kingdom and Dominion. I could see that too.
I don't know.
We kind of got that. Like, there was actually a scene in Dominion that was a big scene on YouTube, and it's a canon thing. Like, it happened. It clearly did.
Yeah.
And that was Battle at Little Bighorn? Big Rock? Whatever that name is. Anyway, it was a Colin Trevorrow directed scene, and it was canon towards the movie. And I guess what I really loved about that was we got to see Nessaceratops for the first time in the movie. Everybody loved it when they introduced it on Jurassic Park Builder by Ludia. Like, that was pretty much the first time we saw Nessaceratops in the Jurassic Park franchise. And to see it on the big screen, I loved that. Now, there was another thing I wanted to talk about. It was not Nessaceratops. Dreadnoughtus. So, let's talk about Dreadnoughtus for a second. So, Alan Grant points it out in the movie.
Yep.
I want to say Dreadnoughtus in the Jurassic World film was a big fuck you. Like a middle finger to the Jurassic World video game developers.
Yeah.
Because the video game developers, it basically looked like you taped E.T.'s face to a long-necked dinosaur. That's what the Dreadnoughtus looked like in Jurassic World. And they finally had a design for it in Dominion. I loved the design for it. And the fact that we got to see it interact with giant trees, oh man, I lost it. Because Dreadnoughtus and Diplodocus are forest dweller dinosaurs, and the fact that we got to see the big long-necked dinosaurs interact with giant trees, I loved it. So, yeah, guys, I was basically a little kid throughout this whole movie, understanding a lot of the smaller stuff that older bro doesn't.
Yep.
So
that's pretty normal.
Outside of two disappointing scenes that were trailers but not in the movie, I love this movie. It almost made me cry. I want to see more.
Yeah.
I hope we get more.
Yeah. I think this was a good movie. I'm obviously not as excited as younger bro on it, but I don't think that's possible. Yeah, I'm honestly hoping that they do not make more movies. I think this is a perfectly satisfying ending for this franchise. There is nowhere they really have to go. So this would be a good place to stop. So, yeah. Okay, I think that we've pretty much covered everything in the movie. There's no end credits scene in this movie.
Nope, don't bother.
Although, to be fair, thank God there isn't an end credits movie in this movie, because there were so many fucking pre-credits shit in this movie that I was sick and tired of, like, seeing shit before the movie. Like, we had, literally, they showed, like, 8 trailers, 3 of which were for Minions. 2 of which were right before the damn movie. They're like, let's show this Minions bit.
Yeah, they basically did a crossover Jurassic World.
Then let's show this Jurassic World scene with the Minions in it.
I thought that was great.
Which was good, but it's just like, get to the fucking movie.
Yeah, that was me.
It also didn't help that we saw this at an AMC, and the problem with AMC is that they also show 2 commercials for AMC before their movie. So you just sit there being like, I'm already here, why are you advertising yourself? I'm already here!
I'm already there.
So, yeah guys, that's gonna be it for this this movie review, / hot take. You guys should go watch this movie. I have no idea what movie we're going to watch. I don't care if younger bro knows what next movie we're going to watch. We'll see what we see next. Because I literally have no clue.
Yeah, there's like 2 movies we need to go see right now.
So, that's beside the point. What is the point is, we will see you all on the next Hot Take.
Goodbye.